What's going on, everybody? John Eric Poli here with my MMA news, and today's guest just defeated Charles Johnson by a split decision at UFC Vegas 70, joined today by Ode Osbourne. Ode, nice to see you, man. Thanks for being here.
Of course, man. Not a problem. Not a problem.
All right, Ode, we'll dive right into everything here. So this fight, short notice opponent for you, right? Because Charles took this fight on, 12 days notice, something along those lines. Not a lot of time to prepare for him. Just your thoughts just on what it's like to fight an opponent on short notice and how difficult that is, number one. And was there ever a thought when you didn't have an opponent 12 days out, like maybe the fight's not going to come, I'll book for a different date, anything along those lines?
No, there's never a thought because, like I said, we have to fight for a lot, not just for a rank or not just for a name, but also to pay our bills. So we can't afford to sit out when we have, at least not where I am right now. Maybe in a few more fights and another contract, I'll be able to be comfortable enough to where I can say, you know what, let me get another month or so. But but not only that, but being with Dewey, we've worked everything, so I'm prepared for anybody. And my whole camp, story of my life, my whole fight career, I've had short notice fights where people pull out and I have to step in, or someone else has pulled out, and you know what I mean. When I was supposed to fight Denise Bondar the first time, I ended up fighting Jerome Rivera. Then when I was supposed to fight Amir Albazi, I ended up fighting Mil Cobb. Then when I was supposed to fight, it's been like this my whole career. So it's like it's nothing new, man. Nothing new.
And this fight, man, it was a dogfight. You guys went back and forth. It was a lot of action. It was a lot of fun to watch. Here we are now, just a few days removed from the fight. How good does it feel right now to be sitting here talking about a win after what was a very tough and grueling matchup?
Oh, it feels really good. It feels really good. It's the greatest feeling ever in that fight. So it feels good when you give everything and it pays off.
All right, let's get into the specifics here, the X's and O's of this fight. We'll start with the opening round, just kind of your thoughts on how it played out.
I thought I did really well the first round, tore his legs up, tore his body up. He had a flurry for about last 45 seconds of the first round. I didn't think that was enough to win that round, so I thought that first round went really well.
So then early in the second round, there was a low blow that you received, and you could tell, man, you were in a lot of pain from it. You needed almost the full 5 minutes to recover from the low blow. Just how bad did that affect your performance, do you think? How big of, what was the pain amount there in that moment? Just kind of take us through everything that was going through your mind when that happened and how you were able to battle through that there.
I'm sorry about that. No, I thought it was a good performance, honestly. Everything happens. There's nothing you can do about, it's a fight game, man. Sometimes when you're in a fight, like, shit just happens and you gotta go. You gotta put that aside. You gotta go, and that's what I had to do. I had to, mental fortitude and mental toughness. I had to overcome all of that, and I've done that my entire life, my entire existence of being here. In America, a lot of that I've had to face trials and tribulations. So it's nothing I haven't had to do before.
And then after you recovered, obviously, the rest of the round continues. There was a lot of time left on the clock after that happened. Just take us through the rest of that round.
Man, I have to go back and watch it. I haven't really watched that second round that much. I have to go back and watch, but from what I can remember, I just did the best that I could, honestly.
Okay, so I know you said you have to kind of go back. You haven't really watched the fight back yet, but I just want to ask, too, about the third round, because I know that was a close round as well. I know the commentators were saying that they were having a hard time trying to figure out who they were going to score that round for. Just, your thoughts on how that last round played out and how you were feeling going into the judges' decisions.
It was technical. It was close strikes, but I thought, in my opinion, I got the 2 takedowns and the control time. So I thought that set that apart. You know what I'm saying? I thought it made it not so close. I guess, judges think differently and commentators think differently. But in my head, I'm like, got the takedown, got some control time, got another takedown, got more control time, and I thought that set me apart to make it not that close. I was surprised it was split because I did get, you know what I'm saying? I did get those 2 takedowns in that first round, and I ended the fight with, coming forward and pressing.
So you mentioned, right, you have a couple takedowns, control time. Do you think there's something that maybe judges could do, or something that could be done for judges to kind of give them these types of different like blueprint ideas, like things to look out for, so we don't run into any type of real bad controversial decisions? Like we saw a ton of them last year. Anything on your mind that could be done to maybe help with any of that?
Not really, man. Not really. It's they have a hard job. The judges have a hard job, man. It's like we put a lot of pressure on them a lot of the times, and it's where they're sitting sometimes. It's like we look at it from a biased eyes, even myself. So not really.
Okay, so one thing to note too with all of this, right? We just went through this whole entire fight talking about the win. For you, this was your first fight with the new camp. You were training under Dewey Cooper. Just talk about that, what that was like of getting your first fight camp with Dewey and going through this whole process of going through the fight week, fight night, getting this win, just everything with Dewey experiencing this for the first time.
Oh, man. Every weekend, Dewey had me running the mountains. And I've never, for any fight, I've never ran before. I've never had my coaches make me run. So this is the first time I've ever not only ran, but he's like, you're not only going to run this camp, you're also going to run the mountains. And Las Vegas has some treacherous mountains, man. Every weekend we hit a new mountain, and we conquered it every weekend. And he told me, he's like, I don't care how long it takes you, just do not quit. And that's what I did, man. I went in and I persevered.
And just from a few years now of doing these interviews, I know a lot of fighters will talk about like, man, you thought I looked great my first camp with this new coach. Wait till you see what I look like next time, because it seems like, obviously the more you work with people, the better you guys work together, different tendencies, things continue to go smoother, things continue to get better. Just how, excited are you for the future of working with Dewey after what we just saw on Fight Night this last time?
Man, I'm so excited because that was only 3 months with him, and you've already seen like a huge improvement. And he's a striking coach, but he's also like, like he's for me winning. So which means, when I say that, I mean a lot of striking coaches want you to win by striking. He's like, I want you to win by your striking and your wrestling. You know what I'm saying? That's how his approach is. Like, I want you to strike and I want you to wrestle. And a lot of people don't know that I have I wrestled in college, and my grappling's pretty decent. I have a Jason Manley as my grappling coach, and so I got to show people that I can wrestle my ass off too.
So you said, right, 3 months only you really had of working with him. I guess what drew you to Dewey in the first place that made you pick up and make this move and say, hey, you know what, I know I only going to be a few months till fight night, but man, I'm going with this guy. He's going to lead me here.
I needed to do something that everyone else wasn't doing. And, with Dewey, he's not for everybody, man. Number one, he's real, and he'll tell you things you don't want to hear. And number two, he pushes you to the limit. And fighters, not every fighter want to wake up early and go run mountains. You know what I'm saying? So he's not for everybody. And you know what I mean? He's K1 Black Cobra. We're doing those hard sparring and hard Dutch drills. So, he's fine-tuning me very well.
All right, so now with all that being said, the big question on everybody's mind, what's next for you?
If I can get ranked before the end of the year's up, that'd be great. Other than that, I'm going to take one day at a time.
Would you at least have like maybe a time frame or anything that you like to get back in there, or are you just playing kind of everything by ear here?
One day at a time.
All right, Ode, appreciate the time, man. One last thing now before you head out for the day, social media, people know where to follow you at, any management, sponsorships, coaches, teammates, anybody got to give plugs to? Floor is yours. Take it away, man.
Just that, God is everything. That's the motivation that's all I'm gonna leave everyone with. God is everything. You believe in God and you put your faith in Him, you can achieve anything.